little spiel. I'm really glad you're here, and friends who are getting this recording. Thanks for your precious time, and just a gentle reminder with these virtual classes, they're so different than an in-person session, and just the fact that you all are taking an opportunity to like sit down and do something in the comfort of your own home without someone like being right there is just a testament to um, whatever your reason is for doing this. So honor that. I'm grateful to be a part of it and to lead you and you all receiving this or watching this later on. So yeah, take your time, let it be whatever kind of session you need. So my intention for this is a slow flow. That's not to say it will be like super easy or like maybe like no sweating or that kind of thing. It's just not designed to like get your heart rate up and like keep it there. We'll hit some peak poses, we'll hit some good strengthening poses as well, but we'll also get some good stretches in. So take what you need from that. If you're like, sister, I came here for just like some holds and the stretches, skip out some of the other things that I suggest. Okay, I think we're ready. If you do want to listen to music, now's a great time. You can get it started. We are going to do our warm up seated upright, but if you want to breathe lying down or in child's pose, any any option is perfectly fine. Okay, and we'll just begin here with a little bit of settling in. And for me, that looks like just kind of rolling my shoulders back and letting my eyes come closed. For you, it might look and feel a little differently. In these first few moments, you can just kind of take in your environment, your surroundings. The challenging part about the virtual classes, it's challenging yet really beautiful, is that you're in your own space, so you control the environment. If there's something right now in this moment that would help to make you feel more comfortable, remember that you can always readjust, you can always change the volume of your music. And then perhaps when you land, okay, when you feel pretty good about where you're at, just give yourself a nice big breath, kind of like a sigh, a surrender breath, inhaling deeply. And honestly, make it big, make it dramatic, let it go. Ah, begin to notice and observe the quality of your breath. Notice if naturally your breaths are pretty shallow or maybe just right at heart center. And something I've been really trying to notice is just more of my breaths have been higher up and in very chest centered, as opposed to taking those big belly breaths and exercising the diaphragm, which we know is so good for just breathing efficiency and helping to, yeah, strengthen our lung capacity. Okay, I'll move us through at this time a little bit of pranayama, some guided breath work. We'll do a box breath today. I'll kind of work with you to lengthen our holds, those breath retentions. That way we kind of just like warm up the lungs for it. Okay, so when you're ready from here, I do like to visualize the box. I think that it's helpful and to keep you focused. Shoulders relaxed, the spine is lengthened in whatever position you're in. Okay, and we'll take just a full breath here to reset in through the nose. And then exhale it out slowly here. And then we'll begin with a 4 count inhale. Here we go. Inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're going to find a little hold. And then a slow release out. 4, 3, 2. And then here at the base, take another hold and refill. Inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Find a hold, just 2 seconds. And then exhale, let it go. 4, 3, 2. And there's our 2-second hold. And we'll increase this time. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. 3, 2, 1. Let it go. 4, 3, 2. You're holding. 3, 2, 1. Inhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Little hold and let it go. 4, 3, 2, 1. 3-second hold. Inhale. We increase here. When you're ready, find the hold. We can do it. 3, 2, 1. Good. Let it go. 4, 3, 2, 1. You're holding. 3, 2, 1. We'll go again. Inhale. 4-second hold. Slowly release. At the base, hold. Last round. Inhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Take that hold. Let it go. Almost there. 4, 3, 2, 1. Last hold. Big deep breath in. Open the mouth, let it go. Good. And let your body just kind of rest in that. Really nice, you all. Remember that with breathing exercises, if they're doing more harm than good, right? If they stress you out, if you feel like you're panicking or you're hyperventilating or not getting enough, oxygen, you can always refrain or readjust the amount of time you're holding or breathing in or out. Okay, take your time from here. Thank yourself once again for showing up. If you're not in the upright seated position, you can make yourself, you can take your time getting there. Okay. And then let's just begin slowly, eyes opened or closed. You can start to wiggle fingers here. We'll take the palms and just flip them up on our knees. So shoulders and elbows stay relaxed. You'll start to pull fingers into those palms and just squeeze. I want you to squeeze pretty tight here. Wake up the wrists, the forearms, the biceps, and then flare the fingers back out. And then last time here, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze as tight as you can. If you've got stress, if you've got tension, give it up right here. Let it go. Good. Hands here can actually hover over those knees. Start to circle out now those wrists. Make any fun shapes that feel good. And then start to kind of take it into those elbows. So like your elbows start doing some funky like figure eight or something. Nice. Really good. Let those hands just start to come down beside you, anywhere that's comfortable. Your chin, after you lengthen the spine, will tuck down. And then from here, if the hands aren't comfortable here, you can put them in your lap, but we'll take a little sway of the head. So just starting to drift it side to side. Great time to just notice how your upper back and your precious neck is doing. Nice. The next time that right ear drifts to your right shoulder, you can pause here and then maybe lift your right hand, gently bringing it to the side of the head. And you still have that lengthened out left hand, left arm. Your beautiful face relaxes. Good. And then from here, gently release the right hand. You'll drift it to that opposite side, left ear to left shoulder. If it feels good and you want that little extra, left hand might come toward the temple. It's really just the weight of the hand. Remember, no huge, massive tugs. Good. Last big breath. Really nice. You can release the left hand. If a few neck circles feel good, you kind of just want to flush that out. You can. Still just letting your knees and your hips relax. Let's take it the other direction if you haven't already. You all know I'm a big fan of just like slow, mindful, and meaningful starts. Also, what makes this just a nice slow flow. Let's come back to center when you're ready. Okay. Give your shoulders a nice big roll up, back, and down. Okay. And then from here, you'll just lift halfway. Okay. So those hands reach beside you. It doesn't really matter if your palms are up or down or facing in front of you. Okay. Now from here, you'll start to actually tap the shoulders and then take some big circles here. Oh, I've been living doing this right here, just with the amount of surfing and like shoulder activity I've been doing in my own life recently. So we use our shoulders a lot. So in general, it's nice to do this. Let's take it the other direction if you haven't already. Remember your shoulder or your shoulders, your circles can be really big or kind of small. Notice any little crunchies happening in those shoulders. If it's painful, you can maybe make it smaller or just stop. And then from here, the next time you get some momentum upward, go ahead and sweep those arms up high, big breath, and then flip the palms, exhale, press that down. You're going to travel through center, maybe those palms coming up, big inhale, reaching up, flip those palms, exhale, press it down. Let's go one more time with that. Maybe those hands coming through center, just because it's fine, big inhale. Flip the palms, exhale, let it go. Nice. We're going to meet with those arms lifted back up. You'll take your left hand down towards the mat, right arm reaches over. Good. Okay, we're not here long. Just kind of feel it out. We'll hold a little longer next time. But from here, big inhale. On your exhale, carry this arm down, travel through center. Can be as low or high as you'd like. Land that opposite right hand, sweep that left one up. And then by the time you open, you're going to exhale and carry that down, walk through center, sweep that right arm high, big inhale, open the body, and then exhale. And I'm honestly just going to kind of let you play here. See if you can sync it to your breath, lengthen out that breath. Good. And then there's no rush, but the next time your left hand plants on the ground, sweep that right arm up and then just hold. Okay. Maybe try to pull the bicep by ear. Maybe bend that left elbow a little more. Try to relax through the neck. Nice. And then inhale, both arms sweep high. Other side here, right hand relaxes, left arm reaches over. I'm so guilty of this in my own practice, just kind of letting this opposite knee drift up. See if you can keep it rooted. Remember, you've got nothing to prove. Good. Let this left hand come down. You're just going to stop at center, letting those hands either reach really far out or maybe they stay close. See how this feels in your body. And then think about as you take this last breath here, this oval right around the base of your rib cage. As you inhale, see if you can really pull your rib cage apart and then let it go. And you can walk those hands to center. Really nice. We're going to keep going, still a little bit more of a warm up here, and then we'll really get going, okay? Let those feet come down or plant in front of you. Hands can come beside you. I'm just turning here so you can kind of get a better view. And then just let those knees drift side to side. If a little like butterfly feels nice, or remember, it doesn't even have to be like a pose with a name. Like you can just move freely. You're welcome to do that. All right, we're gonna move into a little boat pose. I'll be honest, my legs need just like a little extension here from being in that cross-legged position. So maybe you do that, a couple little pitter patters. And then we're gonna land in that boat pose. Okay, so feet here are gonna come down. We'll take in total 3 rounds of this. So maybe let your first one just be a warm up. All right. Hands are going to reach beside you. Roll those shoulders back and then start to lean back. If you want to then lift or hover the heels, you can. If you're like, I'm doing this, I'm feeling so energetic, you could even straighten those legs. But just breathe, feel those inner thighs pull toward one another, and then your belly button pull in. Neck is relaxed. Beautiful. We have 4, 3, 2, and then when you're ready, feet can come down. If they're not, hug over those knees, tuck the chin, and kind of hollow out here through the belly. So you kind of get that cat spine. Last breath. Good. And then we'll come back into that boat pose. So unraveling, letting your heart and chest open. Hands can come beside you and you'll land in it however you'd like. So this one and the next one that we do, we'll add a little something. We'll add some twists here. So just listen closely. It's a lot of just it's simple breathing. Guide your hands towards your heart. Now they could be at prayer. You could just kind of have palms facing one another. Take a nice big inhale. And on your exhale, you're going to start to send those hands over to your left. And then inhale, come through center. Exhale, shoot them over to your right. Inhale, center. Exhale, shoot left. Inhale, center. Remember, slow and controlled. Exhale. Okay, you got one more. Inhale and then exhale. Now from here, pause. Send your right leg long. Start to cross this left knee over top. Bring yourself up. Give that knee a nice big hug. And then we'll go into a twist. So with a tall spine, right hand stays on it, and then you'll guide that left hand behind you. If you're like, I kind of need a little more leverage here, maybe we hook that elbow if the spine agrees. Drive through that right heel. Good. Really nice. And then just kind of checking in with our IT band and our hips and our hamstrings. Okay. What you might try here is start to rotate through center. You're going to grab your left foot, pinky toe side with your right hand. Okay. Left hand still behind you for support. You'll start to pick this foot up and then you'll lengthen it and lift it in front of you. Remember that we're trying not to dump a lot of weight into this back hand. See if you could then lift and sweep that left hand behind you. Relax through the right shoulder. Good. 3, 2, and 1. Gently place this down. You'll let this left knee open. Guide the right foot up to meet it. Let's take a little butterfly pose. Remember, if your body and yeah, like your energy levels are just screaming for movement and for that high energy, right? You don't have to you don't have to fight it. Just check in with what you really, really deeply and truly need. Really nice. Let's finish this up here, okay? So knees pull back together. We'll take this last round of boat pose, I promise. So start to gently lean it back, navel pulls in, maybe those feet hover. We're feeling strong here. Okay, think about that string at heart center that's pulling you up instead of curling in. Hands come to heart center or any place or gesture here. When you're ready, big inhale, and you're going to shoot them right first. Exhale, twist right. Inhale, exhale. Just control it. Inhale, big exhale, inhale. Almost there. Exhale. Last one. Shoot those hands right. Then pause, send your left leg long, cross that right one over, and then you'll pull yourself up. If you need to adjust, you can. Big hug of the knee. I'd like to just make sure I've got some space here. So like readjust through your belly if you need to, through your chest. Good. And then let's move into that twist. So from here, you can start to hook the hand or left elbow on the knee, and then right hand will come behind you. Remember, when we see twists, it's just a great time to reconnect with your breath, for your inhales to naturally expand you, and then those exhales to allow you maybe a little deeper. So if you want to proceed here and kind of take it into that lengthened leg stretch, you can. You'll start to reach for the pinky toe side of your right foot. Okay. And then from here, you'll start to pick it up and then you're pressing it out in front of you and lifting it. And then from here, maybe reaching that right hand back behind you. Can that left leg stay active? Good. 3, 2, and 1. Start to relax. Take that butterfly pose for the last time. If you want to take another variation, perhaps wrapping those arms underneath the shins, you could do that. And maybe hands round toes or heels. Last full breath. Amazing. All right. Let's transition. Pace here is going to slightly pick up, but we're fully capable and your breath is going to lead you anyway. Knees come together. We're going to make our way into a child's pose. We're only here for like a beat. Okay, so I want you to think an active child's pose. Arms are going to reach all the way up your mat. So crawl them forward as your hips pull back. Forehead, third eye comes down. So lift the palms and just come onto your fingertips. So you create a little bit or a lot more space here underneath the elbows and forearms. Nice. Let your palms come back down. You'll inhale and shift forward, but let your right hip kind of dip down. And then exhale, press those hips back. Inhale, left hip starts to shift, and then exhale. And just move here at your own speed. Sometimes like a full circle feels good. So if your knees are allowing for that today, you might do that, just kind of sweeping those hips low through center. Unplug a little bit. This is kind of the beauty of not being in like a class setting, where you can just move freely. Nice. Okay, even out your sides or your circles, your movement, whatever it is that you're doing. And then the next time you kind of sink back into those hips, just enjoy it. And then we're going to pull ourselves up into our first downward facing dog. So those hands should be well rooted. Toes here will tuck. We'll start to lift the hips here. And remember, we haven't gotten a ton into those legs, especially not like our calves or hamstrings quite yet. So if you need a little bend, you can take that. You want to pedal out those heels, maybe flip the feet, stretch out those toes. Good. And then land in stillness if you can. Take 2 big breaths. Press the earth away, pull the hips up and back. Really nice. And then let's make the journey to the top of our mat. So take your time, especially with this first one. Inhaling to half lift when you get there. Exhale and melt yourself down. Okay, let's go one more half lift, okay? Inhale, pulling yourself up, navel's in, tailbone's pressing away. Exhale, let it go. And you're welcome to just pause here. Let your body just hang or dangle. If you've got a connection at the earth, you can just enjoy that. A gentle reminder here, when we fold, any fold, standing, seated, one-legged, if our legs are straight, we're going to feel it more in our hamstrings. You'll notice that. And then if we take like a really generous bend through the knees, we're gonna enjoy that more through our low back. We'll let that low back be the focus. So you can kind of explore that throughout the practice today. All right, lovely people. Let's inhale and start to walk those hands up. You can lift any way you'd like. When the crown starts to pull high, cue to let those hands follow. Big inhale. Hands can come down through heart center and we'll let it go. Nice. Okay, little sun salutation variation. I'm switching up a little bit on you. We'll complete it 3 times. So you should kind of get the feel for it, but I'll help you. Okay, root down through those feet. You'll inhale, sweep the arms high, and then you're twisting here. So you're opening up big T shape to the right. Inhale, open up, or I'm sorry, lift those arms. Exhale, twist other side. Inhale, arms lift, dive it down and fold. Exhale. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, let it go. Okay, we're gonna step back to a plank here. And then I'll invite you to really consider what you need, what your goals are. If you want to drop the knees naturally, you can. Elbows hugging, you're lowering all the way to your belly. So all the way down. You're untucking the toes here if that feels good. And then you're crawling your hands out really wide onto fingertips. Okay, back of the neck stays long here. You're going to inhale and lift, squeeze the glutes, press your hip bones into your mat. And then you're going to kind of dip your right shoulder down as you peek over the left one. Inhale, lift back up, and then exhale, switch. Inhale, big lift, and then exhale, melt the chest down, hands reroot under your shoulders, tuck the toes, press to the knees first, perhaps, and then downward facing dog. Pedal things out. Right leg is going to lift. I really don't want you to think of this as like um power or hard. I just want you to think like I'm just getting a better stretch. You're going to step this foot to meet in between the hands, drop your back left knee, untuck, and sweep those arms high. Remember, we're only here for a beat. When we do this the next 2 times, it'll be just a touch faster. Hands are going to come down. You're going to tuck your back left toes, lift that knee, step the foot up to meet the right. Inhale, half lift, and exhale, fold. Good, let's come to standing. Inhale, sweep those arms high. Hands come down through center. Really nice. Okay, let's go again. Inhale, arms reach. T-shape, big exhale. Inhale, lift. Exhale, twist, open up, reach. Inhale, arms come high. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Hands can root down. Step it back to that plank. If you want to do this one on your toes, you can. Lower the chest all the way down. From here, arms come out really long. Inhale, lift so that chest comes up. Squeeze the glutes. Right shoulder dips down, peek over the left. Inhale, lift. Exhale, switch. Inhale, lift. Big lift. Exhale, melt it down. Pull the hands underneath your shoulders. And we'll shift it back to our downward facing dog, taking our time getting there if you need to. Good. Left leg here will lift. It's not about how high. You'll step that foot to meet in between the hands. Really nice. Untuck. Inhale, sweep those arms. Good. Let's hold one more breath just as we did on the other side. Sink those hips low. Hands can come down. Remember, you're stepping up here with control. Inhale to half lift. Exhale, let it go. Good. Approaching our last one. Inhale, sweep those arms. Good. Thank your body for moving you freely through this. Okay, last one. Here we go. Inhale, arms reach. Twisting right. Exhale. Inhale, open. Exhale, twist left. Inhale, lift. Expand. Exhale, big fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, let it go. Step it back here. Find that plank. Ask yourself, what do I need? But try to resist just dropping that chest immediately. Hands come out in front of you. Inhale, lift, and peel the shoulders away from the ears. Right shoulder dips down, peek over the left. Inhale, lift. Exhale, switch. Inhale, lift. Exhale, heart melts down. Hands pull under the shoulders. We can do this. When you're ready, press. We're strong. Lift those hips. Okay, a little different because we have two sides to get to. Right leg lifts here. Step that foot to meet in between the hands. Drop the back knee. Remember, just one big breath. Make it powerful. Inhale. And then exhale, hands come down. You're stepping the right foot back. Okay, so that right foot steps back, downward facing dog. Left leg reaches, big expression. If you've got it, step the foot to meet in between the hands, adjust your stance. Inhale, just one. Exhale, frame that foot. Good. Step it back here into that plank and then resist. Just hold. Good. We're strong. You can do this. Last breath. Knees come down. Take a child's pose. From here, you'll start to thread your right arm underneath the left. And then perhaps making this a little more active, walk the left hand as far out. So as far to the top of your mat as you can get it. Right temple comes down. If you're feeling like you want even more from here, you could shift the weight into that right side and extend the left leg long beside you. Good. One more breath. Remember how you transition is up to you and your natural body mechanics. It doesn't need to be perfect or graceful. Press into that left hand once you pull it underneath the shoulder, and you can start to switch here. So pulling that left knee in, left arm then starts to reach underneath the right. Let your left temple come down. So if that means you need to shift your weight a little forward instead of that, you're welcome to. Good. Right hand maybe reaches out far in front of you. And then maybe kickstand out that right leg. Ah. Last big breath. Nice. Pull that right hand underneath you so you've got some support. You'll drag the left one back out. We'll lift into our downward facing dog. We're gonna get some standing poses in here. So pull those hips high. Remember, a little bend is all right. Let's start at this time to walk those feet toward the hands. Take your half lift and then exhale, let it go. We'll arrive in our mountain pose, our Tadasana, reach those arms really high, and then hands come down through center and they're going to land beside you. Okay, just getting a feel for our balancing. Okay, we're going to come into tree pose, super generic, traditional, beautiful pose here. Okay, so at the back of your mat, right? Stay with me here, but at the back of your mat, I'd love for you to turn left. Okay. So therefore, your right foot should be kind of able to step forward at some point, if you catch my drift. Okay. So from here, roll those shoulders back, start to lift the right leg and come into your tree pose. I've got a bigger balancing pose planned for you all, but I just kind of want us to get a feel here for our center of gravity and just how we're doing with our balance. Nice. So if you're feeling good here and maybe you want to reach those arms, you can. Nice. Good. Now from here, just moving slowly, start to hover the right foot away from the left leg and then lift the knee up if you can. Send that foot out and then land in that warrior two. You don't have to land perfectly. I did not need to adjust a little bit. Okay. And then from here, generous bend through that right knee. Press through the pinky toe edge, though, of the back left one. Relax the shoulders. Let's flip the palms today. So those palms will flip up, roll the pinkies in, and then you'll just take some little reaches here. So reach forward, big inhale, and then exhale, reach back. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale, reach back. Now this time, reach forward and then tilt it back for your reverse or peaceful warrior. Left hand can just kind of relax, maybe walk down that left leg. Good, let's go side angle. We'll start to bring right forearm down and that left arm will reach high. See how your hips are doing, specifically that left hip flexor. Can we maybe go from here, chest melting down to chest lifting and you're pressing those hips? Good. Let's take this left arm around to our low back. And then I'll just offer it to see how it feels. Maybe guide this right hand in between the legs. And you might search for a little bind here. Don't force it though. And if it feels better just to root that right hand down to the ground, you could do that. Last big breath. Okay, from here, left hand unravels. Unplug your back left heel. Root that hand down and then lift the right arm. If you're like, Sam, I don't want to lift this back knee. You don't have to. Look, you can just bring it on down to see what you need. Okay, one more big breath. We're going to go wide-legged fold. Right hand comes down. Pivot both feet. You're now long ways on your mat. And you got about 3 breaths here. Again, if you want some lateral lunges, if you want to just root the crown of the head to the earth or grab the ankles, you can do that. Nice. Okay. From here, we're almost done with this sequence, but you're gonna walk your hands left. So you'll turn around here. Don't worry, I'll turn you back. But start to walk your hands left. Turn both feet and think pyramid pose. So you'll kind of pop that back right foot up about half the distance. Your hips are square here. So this is a hold over that front, I'm sorry, it was your back left leg, but regardless, it's the left leg, nose to knee. So at this time, you should be turned around. You should be kind of facing backwards. Little accountability check here. You might bring your right hand to cross over, so toward the pinky toe side of that foot and leg. Last big breath. Nice. Okay, from here, you'll start to step that right foot up to meet the left. Inhale to half lift. Exhale, let it go. Nice. We've been practicing some Malasana and crow pose the last couple sessions. So by all means, I want to just provide another opportunity. You can be like, heck no, not what I want or need. But let's take those feet a little wider. You'll sink your hips into it. Remember, if you've got a block or a nice thick kind of blanket or towel that you could slip underneath your bottom, that is just such a wonderful prop, wonderful support. Good. And again, if crow is feeling like something you want to practice or you're trying to get better at, root those hands down in front of you. Remember, we're pulling those knees up and in. So we don't want them flared out. We want them just kind of resting on our triceps. We've got those strong chaturanga arms. Shift that weight forward. Good. And use your core strength. Remember, we've got that cat spine. Nice. And take your time. If you're practicing anything else, your one-legged crow or transitioning into another pose, you can do that. We're going to finish this sequence up though. So take your time. Hands can come down, lift the hips, and then pull those feet. Oh, I hope y'all can't hear those dogs. They might be coming in. It's first light here, so the dogs are like, I'm awake. Oh, okay, let's take that half lift if we haven't already. Forgive me if we already did this. Exhale, let it go. All right, sweep those arms high. Big breath in. Hands can come down through center and let it go. Okay, so from here, we're kind of turning around because we're going to start with that tree pose. I'm just going to walk the other direction so that I stay facing the camera, okay? But from here, where you should turn is you want to turn left again. Is that right? Yeah. hmm So, and if you're kind of confused, no big deal, okay? But it's this time your left leg that's lifting into tree pose. Remember, you want to be able to step out long ways onto your mat. So just take your time kind of adjusting there. You'll stand tall. Think about equally pressing the foot into the calf or the thigh, and then the thigh or calf equally pressing right back. Maybe those arms start to grow. Nice. And again, challenge yourself to move slowly, to work in stages. Can you peel off that left foot, lift that left knee, then maybe send out that left foot, step it out in front of you. Doesn't need to land perfectly. Readjust your stance. Remember, this is a hip opener, and my hips are tight. I can feel it just through our traditional Virabhadrasana too. Okay, arms here lengthen. Flip those palms, pinkies kind of curl in. Yeah, open and expand through the chest. Let's just take some reaches. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, reach back. So you're not changing the structure of the legs. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Almost there. Reach as far forward as you can and then tilt it back. Good. Right hand can relax. Maybe walk down that back right leg. Keep this length you've created and find your side angle. Left forearm rests this time. Right arm goes high for a moment, maybe even overhead for a moment. And then we'll start to bring it to our low back. If you want to opt for that bind or even just a little loving check-in to see where you are, that left arm could reach in between the legs, searching for the right fingertips. If you've got the connection open up through it, if you're like, I kind of just want to bring my left hand lower, you could do that. Good. One more breath wherever you are. Gently release if you've got that bind. Right hand starts to spin you down. Unhook that right heel. And you're taking that twist here. Left arm reaches high. Can we pull the hips low? Even if we've decided to drop that back knee. Last big breath. We're almost there, friends. Wide-legged fold. Left hand comes down. You're now long ways on your mat in your space. Ah, really nice. Good. Two more breaths. Check in where all of your weight is, if it's in the heels. Maybe send a little more to the balls of the feet, to the toes. And we're coming into our last pose, that pyramid pose. So your hands will start to walk right. Okay. You're going to pivot here so that you're entirely turned now. You'll pop that left foot up about half the distance. And remember, in pyramid pose, both legs are straight. Okay, as straight as you can get them, of course. And then kind of pull this right hip underneath you so it's not splayed out to the side. And you're thinking nose to that right knee. And a little accountability check here, maybe guide left hand to kind of cross over. So you get that beautiful alignment of a forward fold, but you also get a nice lat stretch here through that left lat. You've got one more big breath. Good. Take your time from here. Weight shifts forward. We'll step that left foot to meet the right. Inhale to half lift. We're going to skip over our crow pose here or malasana because I've got one last balancing pose I want to do with you all. We'll come to standing when you're ready. Inhale, sweep those arms high, and then hands can come down through center. We're not going to do anything fancy with this, okay? I've got no fancy transition plan for you. It's just like a general check-in. So with that being said, give it a good shot here because then we're winding it down from here. All right. So at the top of your mat, give those shoulders a nice roll up, down, and back. We're coming into dancer pose. Okay. So from here, what I'd like for you to do is to pull your right knee up into your chest. And you'll circle out that ankle, maybe hug it up with both hands if you can. And then from here, as you release it, keep that 90-degree bend, but start to pull it back behind you. And I'll invite you first to reach back with not just one hand, but see if you can get both. And just enjoy that quadricep stretch. If your right knee starts to kind of pull in front of the left one, like mine is in the video right now, see if you can pull that back. Keep that strong alignment. Now, the right hand only is going to hold on to this foot. You can hold it from the top if you want to reach around so that your palm's facing away and you've got this external rotation. I'll suggest that, but it's going to be up to how your body feels. Left arm reaches high. I've got a softness in my standing left leg. Big inhale. Now start to press the foot into the hand as you shift your weight forward, reaching through those left fingertips and really opening up here through that quadricep and through the right chest, the right side of our chest. Remember, you can always do this with a strap a long sleeve t-shirt, a tie, something to help you. Nice. 3, 2, lean into those wobbles. Ooh. And then take your time gently releasing. Pull that right knee into your chest one last time. Big stretch and place that foot down. You can kind of shake it out here. Take a couple hip circles. Maybe pull those hands back behind you. Open up through the chest. Good. And then let's switch sides here. I won't give as many directions. That way you can kind of just ease yourself into it. Okay. When you're ready, left knee rises. Circle out that ankle. Establish your balance today. Maybe those hands pull the knee in closer. Nice. Start to send this back. You can move at your own pace. Maybe reaching back for not just with one hand, but maybe both, and just enjoying the lovely quadricep stretch. If you're close to a wall, right, and you need to put a hand on a wall, don't feel guilty about that. Okay, this is where we start to make a decision on how you want to hold this foot. Okay, I'm opting for that external rotation because my shoulder feels okay with it today. I'm going to lift the right hand, big breath in, and then exhale. You'll start to soar into your dancer pose. Press the foot into the hand. Try to glue down that right big toe. You've got your drishti. You've got your point of focus. Nice. Hang in there. Remember, wobbles, uncertainties. That's okay. 3, 2, 1. See if you can finish this out. Relax. Draw that left knee up one last time. Big squeeze. Thank your legs for all they do. And place that down. You can kind of shake it out a little bit. Hands are going to clasp in front of you. You'll press the palms away. Tuck your chin. Hollow out through that back. Remember, big tuck of your tailbone here, of your pelvis. 3, 2. If it feels okay, keep this and then start to just kind of roll yourself down into a fold. If the hands feel good as they are interlaced, you might keep them. If you want to undo them at any time, you can. Last big breath. Oh, we have made it, you all. I'm gonna kind of give you an optional vinyasa here. It'd be the last one of the class. You don't have to take it though, but you can step back. We're gonna meet in a final downward facing dog. So if you're like, I haven't done as many chaturangas as I'd like today, saying that's no problem. Okay, maybe you even just do kind of the chaturanga push up and skip the upward facing dog. But let's take one last opportunity in our downward facing dogs. Check in if those heels are a little closer to the mat. Remember, we're just looking for progress, not perfection. Ah, one more breath. And then you can start to let your knees come down. Brief child's pose, really just for a breath or two. That sweet release. Good. Hands can start to walk in toward those knees. If it feels nice to sit back on the knees, we've kind of had a quadricep focus today. So if that feels good to kind of continue to stretch them out, you can. Shoulders can roll back. Just a moment of gratitude. And honestly, just a moment of stillness and resetting. And let's finish this up, you all. Okay, we're going to come on down to our backs. So take your time and just feeling comfortable here. Cannot believe these sweet wild pups have not come in here yet. They must be hanging out with the dog gang, getting into some trouble. Let's come on down to our backs. I'm going to move you all through just the final few stretches and then we'll be done here within the next few moments, okay? So when you get on down here, I love if you draw both knees into your chest and you can find like a little rock here, massaging out that lumbar spine. Oh, the last couple of weeks, I haven't actually been able to like lower all the way down because the dogs have been like all over me and they're usually filthy. So I'm like not putting my head on their like dirty bodies. And it feels so nice. It's just such a reminder to just really surrender if you can. Let's start to release here through those knees. Plant your feet, hands come down beside you, and you'll press into those feet and lift the hips here. We're not looking for anything crazy, but just a little bridge pose. Pull those inner thighs toward one another, and then just breathe. I'd love if you close your eyes. Maybe a gentle tuck of the chin so you have a lengthened neck, a lengthened cervical spine. Ah, and last full breath. Good. Exhale, you can lower your hips on down. Right leg is just going to kick up toward the sky from here. You can circle out that ankle. And if it feels good, maybe just for like a breath or two, you can draw those hands to hug around the shin or the ankle or the knee. Good. And then from here, you'll start to cross right ankle over that left knee. Arms come out long if you've got the space for that. And then you're going to start to let this whole unit drop over to the left. So that right foot kind of comes down like a stamp. Good. Right knee stays up if you can, if that's okay. And then use your strong obliques here to pull back up. And then you're going to drift over to the other side. And this is actually where we're going to hang out for a little longer. I like to inch my left foot kind of back a bit and then take it into that nice supine twist here with that locked ankle over left knee. If that's a little too intense for you, you can always release that ankle. Nice. One more big breath. Good. Right on cue. Here's one of the dogs. Okay, let's start to bring ourselves back up. Good. And then from here, this one's kind of fun. What I want you to do is as you unravel, start to swing your right leg underneath the left and then wrap that up and hug both of those into the chest. So you kind of twist up like a little pretzel here. Maybe grab hold of those ankles. If I lost you, not that it really matters because we will switch, but you have your left knee closest to you. Okay. This is an awesome, awesome glute stretch. Really nice. And then let's slowly unravel. If you kind of want to take it big as you do this, you can plant those feet down. Let's take one last bridge pose here. Lift the hips. If you want to even kind of walk those feet in and lift the heels, you can. 3, 2, 1. Gently lower down. Your left leg kicks up toward the ceiling, toward the sky. If your hands are like, I kind of just naturally want to pull it closer, definitely can. And then begin to cross left ankle now over that right knee. Remember, we're letting that left knee open as much as we can. Arms start to tee out, take up some space here. And you'll first bring this over to the right. So let that left foot kind of come down like a stamp. Oh gosh, here they are. Hi, Pookie. Hi, Coco. Good morning. So if that left knee can go up toward the ceiling, try to keep it in that direction. Go ahead. And again, strong obliques start to pull you up. And then this is where we land in our beautiful twist. So start to let that left knee come down, wiggle your right foot a little out of the way, and you'll enjoy that deep twist. Good. And your eyes are welcome to close as you guys kind of enjoy this twist. Good. Really nice. So you'll start to bring yourself up, and then remember from here, this is where we kind of take that fun kind of pretzel shape. So from here, you'll unravel and then start to cross or kind of swing your right leg over the left and then pull that in. And if you can, try to stack those knees, so pull them into alignment, and then maybe grab hold of the ankles and pull that into the chest. Oh my gosh, Pookie just loves being on this mat. Hi, baby. Nice. And then last thing we'll do here, start to unravel. Remember to kind of take it big. You'll send both legs up to the sky if you want that last kind of V shape or to bicycle out those legs, you can. Nothing's off limits here, just as you take these final few moments. Knees can then begin to hug into your chest. If you'd love to curl up into a tight ball, you can. Shower yourself with just some love here, some patience, some strength, some creativity, some self-discipline, whatever it is that you are like, I need more of this today and this week and this month, or the rest of this month, I suppose. And then you can slowly release you all. You can send those legs long. Your arms can just rest beside you. Your head can lower down. And we've made it into our final resting pose, our Shavasana. And remember, just like when we started the class and we were talking about um, taking the time to feel comfortable and to work through any distractions or just your surroundings in your environment. The same goes for right now. Do your best to decipher like what needs my attention right now. And if it does, absolutely. But if it doesn't, see if you can kind of drop in here. Close the eyes softly. Let that gaze behind closed eyes maybe drift upward to that space in between the eyebrows. Just a nice way to still the eyeballs if you can. Just a couple final breaths here. I'm reminding ourselves that sometimes silence speaks the loudest. Sometimes we don't need to fill the space like we think we do. Mm, most of our answers lie within us. We just need to open some doors or make some room, clear some space. And also, importantly, just be honest with ourselves. Good. And at this time, as we go into kind of our final closing gesture for the class, if you're really comfy cozy down on your mat, you can stay there. If you want to move to side lying, or if you're ready to kind of press yourself up to a seated position, you're welcome to. It's your choice. And we'll feel this lovely session in gratitude and love and respect. And if you'd like to join me, bringing hands to heart, you can. If you have your own closing gesture, I invite all of them and encourage all of them. And we'll take a moment to just consider our minds, honoring our thoughts. And then from here, taking a moment to honor our words that we choose to speak out loud. And finally, perhaps those hands at heart to just honor all that we do in our actions, how we choose to live out our truth. And this light and love within me sees, honors, and reflects the same exact light and love within each of you. Thank you for your time. Thank you for being here, and namaste.